Alright, so here we are. And what I've done is I've prepped all this already, sorta. I removed the road bed from each side here and put in these wooden blocks. Now what these wooden blocks are going to do, they're going to provide a solid mounting surface for the, where'd they go? Here they are. For these track alignment tool, this track alignment jig here, I guess you can call it. So what's going to happen is each one's going to go over here, and they'll go together. Then I'll lay a rail on top of it. Now we're not ready to do that yet. Well, first we're going to go ahead and paint these. They've been glued down. They've been leveled up, so there's no height difference between the two. They're both the same height. So we're going to go ahead and paint them up real quick. With some black apple barrel paint. I suppose I could do this off camera. You know, I think I will, so let me go ahead and pause the camera while I'm doing this. There's no reason to have to watch this, so hang on just a minute. Let's see, I think that one there, we'll pause it. Alright, now, make sure this is on. It is, okay. Now, I painted these black, so that's good to go. I've also cut a section of track that's going to go in between there. And it's a perfect fit, so that was important to get that straightened out. So the next trick, we're going to have to remove some of the ties where these are going to go underneath. Let's see where okay. I'm thinking that'll probably be good right about there. So we're going to mark where our ties are going to be taken off. Alright, I'll remove this again. And we're going to go ahead and remove the ties as soon as I can find all my tools. Oh, there they are. Everything's always out of reach. You ever notice that? I guess that's just the way it works. No matter how hard you try, stuff is just out of reach. Alright. Got my nippers here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just nip the middles out at the moment. Okay. I will know which ones to remove. Which one? That's 2, 3. I don't know if this is on camera or not. I'm doing my best to keep everything within the view of the camera as much as I can. we got here, we got all the ties cleared off. We're going to set this back in here. Slide that in. Alright, I think that'll work. Now what we've got to do is throw these away. Find my small screwdriver or pick or something here. A lot of you are thinking this is probably why it takes me so long to do things, because I'm very ill prepared. But hey, you know, it's not a race, so it really doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide these joint connectors over here so that I can just slide them back when the time comes. I'm going to go ahead and just move these here temporarily. I'm going to slide this part in. Look, I might have to remove one more tie down here. Damn, my fat fingers. They make things difficult. The sausage fingers. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera a minute until I can get these done. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. You can hear the train in the background blowing its horns. About this time of the day, and it seems like they've been really busy lately. Sometimes that can be a bit annoying. Well, anyway, we're ready to solder these now. The first thing we're going to do, of course, is get some flux on the joints. Closer. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Alright, We're doing pretty good there, huh? That's 5. And there's 6. That takes care of this side of it. I'm going to have to do the other side, which is probably going to be a little trickier, just because. Now, after I get them all soldered, I'm going to have to slice the rail. And I'm not going to use this thick disc because it's a very thick disc. I've got thinner ones, so I'll be switching over to those. The thinner the line, the better. And I'm also going to angle it a little bit since it's going to come away from it. That'll keep it from binding. So that should do the trick. I'm going to pause it for now, and I'm going to go ahead and solder the other side. No reason for you guys to see it. And we'll come back on when I'm ready to slice it, and we'll go from there. Alright, I'm back. Now, I repositioned the camera. Being as I'm left-handed, the camera's to my left, it blocks everything. So I've got, where did it go? Right here. I've got a very thin, right there, very thin one. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut. I'll tell you what I should do though. I think I should put my magnifiers on so I can see better. This is one of those ones where you don't want to make a mistake. Mistakes can be costly. We want to avoid making mistakes. Oh yeah, I can see a lot better now. Okay. See, this would have been a lot easier to do before I put the elevated piece in there. That looks like it's got to go right about there. There we go. There we go. That was kind of close. Well, we got it. And it looks like it's just about perfect, I hope. Guess we're going to find out here in a minute, won't we? Put this up over here. Try and lift this up and see what happens. I probably should pin these down before I do anything, huh? Alright, let me get some small nails with my mini hammer. I'm going to pause the camera one more time. So hang in there, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I couldn't get the mini hammer because it's over there. And I can't do a duck under. So I'm using the big hammer. And it ain't easy. it can be done. You really can't do this with a big hammer. This is what happens when you don't think ahead. Like I said, my hammer's on this side over here, on the other end, and I really can't get to it. That's going to be a real problem. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera again. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I went ahead and nailed it down off camera. But, as a test, run the cars over it. They run fairly smooth. And here comes the real test. I lift it up. Now I lower it back down. And it's still nice and smooth. So that's how these things work. And I'm going to do the rest of them. I'll do them off camera, but I'll turn the camera back on when they're done. And we'll actually have a real test of the trains going over it under their own power. But I have a feeling everything's going to work out just fine. So, stay tuned. I'll be back in a little while after I get the rest of these tied up. And we'll go from there. Actually, I've got to sand this one down over here. These ones right down over here. I have to take the sander to them and make them level. So I'll do that on camera just for fun. And then I'll paint them up and we'll get everything done. I think I'll concentrate on the outside rail for right now. Just sort of live demonstration of a train going over it without any problems. And we'll go from there. Now one of the things I want to point out is, before I had this, you couldn't back the train up on this outside rail. It would derail over there every time. You can go forward, but you couldn't go backwards. So that was the problem. You should be able to go either way without having to worry about derailment. Now hopefully these rail alignment pieces will solve that problem. It should. We're going to find out once it's done. So stand by. I'll be back in a little while and we'll see what we got going. Alright, well, it's time for the big test. Let's see if it'll go forward on there and not derail. There we go. That went over pretty smoothly. And over there, same thing. Looks pretty good. Right, now for the real test. Will she back up? Before it would derail trying to back up when we go down our left-hand side. So see what happens. So far, so good. Well, no derailment, that's good. You see how the locomotive goes over. If the loco goes, we're good to go. Not so hard, no cars have derailed yet, that's good. Alright, the loco just went over the first one, no problem. It looks like it's going over the second one with no problem. There you go. I think we got it. And that's the big thing with these rail aligners. So that's a real plus. But now that we know that they work, I'll be doing the other track on the inside rail, and also be doing this one up top here. Right there. That's where the lift up is. So now we know it works, and now you know how to do it. If you have any questions, give me a yell. Email me. My email address is on my About page on my channel. And just ask me anything you want about these. I might be able to answer them for you, help you out with them. So, until then, guys, keep it on the rails, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.